Breaking news is shaking the very core of the hip-hop world, and nobody saw it coming. In a move that has left fans speechless, Clipse just dropped a bombshell of an album that debuted at #1, crushing not only Drake's streaming numbers, but also snatching the throne right out from under Kendrick Lamar himself. This isn't just a chart win, it's a cultural earthquake. For years, Clipse were considered legends of the past, pioneers who'd made their mark and moved on. But now, they've come back with a vengeance, a resurrection, a lyrical attack. So potent, it has the industry staggering. Drake's team is reportedly scrambling. Kendrick's camp, radio silent. And here's where it gets wild. A secret track on the album might have taken aim at both of them. Attays are in full meltdown. Is this the start of a new rap reign? Or the beginning of a brutal three-way war? Buckle up, because what's coming next will flip everything you thought you knew about the state of hip-hop today. And we're just getting started. Before this week, the idea of Clipse outselling Drake or Kendrick Lamar in 2025 would have been laughed out of the room. But what no one expected was the silent storm brewing behind the scenes. The brothers from Virginia, Pusha T and No Malice, weren't just reminiscing on their golden era. They were plotting a historic comeback that would redefine hip-hop's power. Structure. Let's rewind for a second. Clipse rose to fame in the early 2000s with gritty, coke rap anthems wrapped in Neptune's production and raw street narratives that nobody else could match. Tracks like Grindin' and Mr. Me Too turned them into cult icons. Lyrical assassins who didn't play by the rules of radio-friendly rap. But after their 2009 album Till the Casket Drops, the duo went quiet. No Malice left the game to pursue spirituality, while Pusha T carved out his solo legacy, sparring with giants and eventually becoming the president of good. Music, fast forward to now, the rap game is drastically different. Streaming numbers, TikTok algorithms, influencer rap, and auto-tuned hooks run the charts. Drake has dominated every playlist for over a decade, mastering the formula for mass appeal. Kendrick Lamar, meanwhile, has played chess with lyrics, winning Pulitzers, delivering concept albums, and building a brand around artistic brilliance and generational storytelling. So, what changed? It began with whispers, late-night studio sightings, unmarked sessions at Pharrell's private compound in Virginia Beach. Then, a cryptic tweet from Pusha. They'll never see it coming. #ClipseAussieSon. That single tweet launched thousands. Off rumors was Clipse getting back together. Would No Malice return to the streets he left behind? Was Pharrell producing the whole album? But even in the wildest predictions, no one imagined what this comeback would become: a complete destruction. Of today's hierarchy, insiders say the idea was born in quiet resentment. Sources close to the duo claimed that No Malice grew tired of hearing fans say, "You were great for your time." Meanwhile, Pusha T allegedly told a producer friend, "Everyone thinks we can't dominate this era. That's cute." And then came the mission. Months in the making. The album was recorded in secret. No leaks, no interviews, no announcements. Just pure, unfiltered artistry built in the shadows, designed to strike with maximum shock value. What makes this even more chilling is the strategy. Clipse didn't drop a single or teaser. They went full silent drop, releasing the album without warning at midnight on a Monday, catching both fans and the industry completely off guard. By Tuesday morning, the internet was on fire. By Wednesday, the album had climbed to #1 in global Spotify streams, beating both Drake's and Kendrick's latest projects in just 24 hours. Music critics were floored. This wasn't nostalgia. This wasn't a feel-good throwback. This was an all-out lyrical assault, aimed directly at the current kings of the culture. Lyrics on track. 3 thrones are meant to be burned. Immediately raised eyebrows. 10. Years of pop hooks can't erase a coward's verse. Pulitzers don't hide the fact you studied me first. Fans immediately began speculating, was that aimed at Drake's pop formula? Was the second line a shot at Kendrick's artistry, being inspired by Clipse's original coke rap blueprint? Then came the digging. Twitter threads, Reddit breakdowns, YouTube reactors losing their minds. The community was deep in a decoding frenzy. And let's not forget, Pusha and Drake have never been on good terms. From the infamous story of a Deedon diss track that exposed Drake's hidden child, to the silent tension that's lingered in the culture since then, Clipse knew exactly what they were doing. But what's even more surprising is that Kendrick, who once worked with Pusha and has always stayed out of petty rap beefs, suddenly finds himself in the crosshairs. Music bloggers are now analyzing Track 7, God Mode, which features no malice with a spiritual but venomous flow. Your crown's too heavy when built on false myths, you rap like Moses but act like Judas. And that's when fans lost it. Was this really happening? Is Clipse going after both Drake and Kendrick? And, more importantly, why now? The answer lies in ego, in legacy, in one final statement to prove they were never just a part of history, but still the ones writing it. And yet, we're only scratching the surface, because what happened just 48 hours after the drop would take everything to a whole new level. And that's what we're about to dive into next. It started like a celebration, fans pouring into social media, declaring Clipse the unexpected savers of real hip-hop. Headlines read like a coronation: the return of the real. Clipse just schooled the industry. Drake and Kendrick dethroned. But the celebration didn't last long. Just 48 hours after the surprise drop, Drake's inner circle made a move no one anticipated. An anonymous source leaked a now viral screenshot from a private group chat allegedly containing Drake, 40 his longtime producer, and a few OVO insiders. In it, Drake appears to call the Clipse album outdated gangster cosplay. Same coke bars, new beat. We're not worried. But what made fans sit up straight was another message. This one from an unnamed member, believed to be 40. Let's push talk. He's chasing us again, but bringing his brother back. That's desperation. Within minutes, the screenshots were everywhere. Fans were divided. But one thing was clear: Drake was not staying silent, and he wasn't alone. Less than an hour later, Kendrick Lamar's fanbase, the fiercely loyal Uklamas, began posting clips from a mysterious Instagram live that lasted less than 2 minutes. It showed Kendrick in the studio with Proto-Surson-Wave, visibly frustrated. He didn't name anyone, but his voice was sharp. Don't mistake peace for absence. I hear everything. We gon' address it when it's time. The moment that live. Ended Clipse fans took to Twitter, claiming victory. Kendrick's scared. Drake's shook. They didn't expect Clipse to come for both their necks. But then came the first real twist. At 6:02 p.m. that evening, Power 105.1 dropped an audio clip during a radio segment, revealing what they called an unreleased bar from a Clipse session, one that didn't make the final album. The leaks sounded raw, unmastered, but bone-chillingly direct. Pusha T's voice was unmistakable. OVO's MVP ain't even his own man. Built a castle off secrets and broke with a scam. Thought hiding a son was cold. Watch me freeze the whole brand. The studio audience gasped. The hosts were silent. This wasn't a subliminal. This was a full-on declaration of war. But the shock didn't stop there. As the internet exploded, another leak surfaced. A clip from the album's private listening party hosted in an exclusive venue in Manhattan, gone viral. In the footage, you see No Malice standing with a mic. You started this, let's finish it. August 17th, one emoji, one date, no mercy. What is happening? The world is now bracing for a three-headed war. Clipse started a fire. But now, Drake and Kendrick are ready to burn the whole building down. And just when fans thought it couldn't go any further, a fourth voice entered the chat. The battleground was already blazing, but at exactly 2:37 p.m. EST on the 4th. Day after Clipse's album drop, the hip-hop world imploded. An anonymous SoundCloud link, posted in a now-deleted tweet from an unverified burner account, began spreading like wildfire. The title of the track, The Blueprint, expired. The artist's name was Cryptic SC, but the voice on the track was unmistakable J-Z. Yes, J-Z, the Godfather. The Blueprint, the very foundation of modern rap. And suddenly he was taking shots, not just at Drake or Kendrick, but at Clipse too. I raised these wolves, now they howling at my gate. But I ain't in the kennel. I'm the one who paved the estate. Kusha think he a kingpin still serving mixtape weight. Fans froze. Then they lost IT. Within 15 minutes, the leaked Jay-Z diss had reached 1.2 million plays. Bloggers couldn't keep up. Academics went live mid-podcast. Twitter started trending. Hashtag JVSCLIPSE, hashtag HOV strikes, hashtag blueprint expired, and suddenly, what started as a quiet Clipse comeback had mutated into a full-scale lyrical civil war. The world's biggest rappers were now in a tangled crossfire, and everyone was choosing sides. Clipse fired back immediately, just hours after the leak. A voice note surfaced from No Malice on an exclusive interview with The Breakfast Club. One they hadn't aired yet, but couldn't hold back anymore. In the voice note, Malice doesn't mince words. I respect what Hov did for the game, but legacy doesn't excuse pride. You can't claim to raise wolves and then be surprised when they growl. Boom, shot fired back. And then it got personal, social. Media detectives began decoding lyrics from Clipse's album again, specifically track 5, False Idols. And what they discovered changed everything. In the second verse, fans noticed what now reads like a subliminal aimed directly at Jay-Z. Suits in the skybox talk about business and fame, but never saw my hunger when I prayed through the pain. Said he'd back us forever. Then vanished like smoke. Guess your blueprint was built with invisible ink. Hugh, that line. It set off an avalanche of commentary. CHARLAMAGNE went on air and called it the most subtly vicious diss of the decade. Joe Budden called it chess on steroids. Fans were left wondering, was Jay-Z ever really behind Clipse's return? Some insider gossip blogs started speculating that Jay felt threatened that the success of Clipse's album may have overshadowed an upcoming ROC Nation rollout, which could have prompted this surprise leak. But that wasn't even the biggest twist. Late that same night, Kendrick Lamar posted a screenshot of him FaceTiming J. Cole. No caption, just the image. That one post, it broke the internet. Was Cole getting involved? Was he siding with Kendrick? Was a dream collab about to drop as a response to the chaos? Fans flooded the comments. If Cole and Kendrick link up, Clipse and Drake are finished. This war has entered legendary mode. No Malice called the wolves, now he's surrounded. And then, as if that wasn't enough, OVO insider DJ Futurewave posted a blurred clip of a track playing in the background of his IG story. Fans instantly recognized the tone and flow. It was Drake. But the bar that could be heard, oh, it was nasty. Twin brothers talk like killers. But I see family man fears and borrowed dealers. Bar after bar, shot after shot. By day 5, the entire rap ecosystem was in chaos. News anchors were covering it. Spotify added a whole section called the Lyrical War Zone. TikTokers were enacting beef bars. YouTube reactors were crying, sweating, foaming, and fans couldn't sleep. But amid all the madness, there was one name that hadn't been mentioned yet. The .yap Kanye West. And that's when the real storm came. Just before midnight, with the internet already losing its grip, Kanye posted a black and white photo of him in the studio with Pusha T and PHARRELL. No caption, just 3 words in the IG location tag, back to war. And the whole world shattered. Was Kanye producing a diss track? Was he siding with Clipse against Drake again? Would he finally respond to Kendrick after years of silent tension? Theories exploded. Some insiders even claimed Kanye was sitting on an unreleased EP that includes features from Nas, Travis Scott, and Jay Electronica, all ready to jump into the battle at any moment. The stage was no longer just a Clipse comeback. It had become a multi-generational lyrical apocalypse. The old guard, the current kings, the future legends. Everyone is now locked in. But even after all this, one more name entered the room, and what they said will destroy everything we thought we knew about loyalty, betrayal, and hip-hop bloodlines. By sunrise, on day 6, hip-hop wasn't just trending, it was fracturing. What began as Clipse's silent return had now split the rap world into factions, alliances, and raw chaos. Nobody could stay neutral anymore. And the fans. Oh, they were picking sides with fire in their throats. Let's start with the streets. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all consumed by the madness. Hashtag Team CLIPSE fans were declaring it the real rap revolution. Hashtag Dritzarmy claimed Drake was letting them gas themselves before the kill shot. Hashtag Kadot Forever Believers said Kendrick was about to drop the final nuke. And then came the wildest development yet. Fans began creating digital diss maps, tracking every line, every post, every facial expression caught on live. Reddit blew up with a thread titled, "The 2025 Lyrical Civil War. What side are you on?" But this wasn't just about fans anymore. Celebrities and artists started chiming in, and their reactions explosive. Rick Ross posted a clip of himself vibing to Clipse's God mode in his Rolls-Royce, captioned, "Some of y'all forgot what pen game means. I ain't forget." Lil Baby, who many considered Drake's close ally, posted a cryptic IG story showing him in the studio with the caption, "Writing from the gut. That's all I'll say." Fans instantly began dissecting if he was distancing himself from OVO. Then came Doja Cat, who shook Twitter with one tweet. Clipse just kicked the genre in its teeth. Thank you. OVO stands flipped. But perhaps the most chilling reaction came from someone no one expected to speak. Eminem in a surprise satellite radio interview with Shade 45. M was asked if he had heard the Clipse album. He paused and then said, "It's vicious, it's beautiful, okay? They ain't back to play. They ain't back to play, they're back to bury, okay?" Social media detonated. Some fans took it as support. Others claimed Eminem was warning Kendrick. But the point was made. Everyone was watching. The streaming platforms even jumped in. Spotify made a curated playlist titled Battle Lines, Drake, Clipse, Kendrick, while Apple Music pinned the Clipse album to the top of their homepage with the tagline, "Two brothers, one mission, no survivors." Fans noticed one detail though. Kendrick's entire discography suddenly dropped off the homepage. Was that intentional? Was Apple siding with Clipse? Insiders say Kendrick's team reportedly reached out for clarification and were not pleased. And rumors swirled that Kendrick might drop his response exclusively through YouTube, bypassing all streaming giants. But it wasn't just tech giants. Even hip-hop media was divided. The Breakfast Club praised Clipse, calling the album lyrical warfare at its finest. Meanwhile, Drink Champs leaned toward Drake, with Nori saying, "Don't poke the sixth god unless you're ready to drown." And then came a moment that made the industry itself sweat. A leaked internal memo from BET revealed they were preparing an emergency rap summit special for broadcast, with invitations to Kendrick, Clipse, Drake, and others to discuss the state of lyrical culture in 2025. But the most devastating impact. Friendships were breaking. Camps were dividing. Collaborations were being canceled. Several reports emerged that artists who had recorded verses with Clipse for upcoming features had now pulled out, fearing industry retaliation. One producer even went on record anonymously to say, "This ain't just a beef, it's Cold War energy. Labels are scared to align with the wrong side." And just when it couldn't possibly spiral any further, Cardi B entered the conversation. Yep, out of nowhere, Cardi tweeted, "They talkin' bars, but who talkin' truth? I got a story y'all ain't ready for." Hashtag rapping safe, Twitter erupted. What did she mean? Was she about to drop her own bombshell? Did she have dirt on one of the three? Theories ran wild, and one shady gossip page claimed to have a voice note of Cardi B talking about a certain legend's ghostwriters. Was she about to turn this war into a damn massacre? Meanwhile, fans began posting viral edits comparing bars, dissecting facial expressions, and even digging up old interviews from 2010, trying to connect dots between Clipse and Drake's early come-up. It was full investigative warfare. But even in the chaos, one major industry OG had yet to react. And when they do, everything will explode. Just when you thought the battlefield was already scorched to ash, the final twist hit like a meteor. And this time, it wasn't from Clipse. It wasn't from Drake. It wasn't even from Kendrick. It came from someone none of them expected. At exactly 8:06 p.m., legendary producer Pharrell Williams, the very man who built Clipse's early sound and helped define their legacy, went live on Instagram. Thousands joined within seconds, expecting him to celebrate the #1 album he helped create. After all, he'd been rumored to have executive produced over half the tracks. But what Pharrell said, he left jaws on the floor. He looked dead into the camera, calm but visibly conflicted. "I need to say something. I love Pusha. I love Malice. But I didn't approve of how they moved with this album. There were things said about people I respect that crossed a line." The chat exploded. Wait, what is he turning on Clipse? What did he mean by that? Now, then, Pharrell dropped a BOMB that no one was ready for. "I helped build the sound. But I didn't approve that diss against Kendrick. He's always shown love, always been respectful. I wasn't told that was going in, and I can't stand behind it." Gasp. You could hear the internet pause. Pharrell just publicly disowned part of the album, the very album he produced. But it didn't stop there. This wasn't what we discussed. This wasn't the vision. I was blindsided, just like y'all. And for the record, Drake's not the enemy. Kendrick's not the enemy. Hip-hop ain't supposed to be used like this. Clipse's own sonic architect just turned his back on their campaign, and right after the live ended, Pharrell posted a black square to his feed. Caption, "The throne is made of sand." Boom. That's when everything shattered. Speculation began immediately. Did Clipse manipulate the narrative? Was Pusha T pushing for war without telling Pharrell? Was Malice even fully aware of what made the final cut? Then it got even uglier. A leaked email thread allegedly between Pharrell and Clipse's management surfaced online within an hour. In it, Pharrell's team appears to beg for the removal of track 7 before the drop. One line stood out. "This will damage relationships we spent years building. This isn't strategy, it's ego." The internet was thrown into utter chaos. Was Pharrell betrayed? Was this album an inside job? Fans began questioning everything. Comments rolled in fast. Pusha went rogue. Malice didn't even know what he signed up for. Pharrell is done with Clipse. Kendrick might just be the only real one left. Gah. And the final blow. Drake posted a single emoji in response to Pharrell's live. Just one, No words, no video, no bar. But that silence, it screamed louder than anything Drake was watching, waiting, and now. With Pharrell jumping ship and the rap world split like never before, Kendrick posted a final teaser. A grainy photo, a piece of paper, 3 words scribbled in black ink. It's already written. Caption: August 17th, the end game is coming. Who survives this? Who folds? Who's been lying all along? Because this war ain't about lyrics anymore. It's about legacy, and somebody's is about to be buried alive. Whoa, are y'all even breathing right now? Because this isn't just a rap battle anymore. This is the biggest war hip-hop has seen in years. And we're only at the beginning. Clipse returned from the shadows and took the #1 spot. Drake's camp clapped back with silence and shade. Kendrick Lamar marked a date in blood, and Pharrell just disowned the very album he helped build. This ain't your regular drama. This is hip-hop history unraveling live. And every minute brings a new twist, a new betrayal, and a new reason to question everything we thought we knew. But now, we need to hear from you. Whose side are you on? Are you riding with Clipse, the street generals making a comeback with fire and no mercy? Are you backing Drake, the global juggernaut who's playing chess in the shadows? Or are you standing with Kendrick, the silent storm ready to drop a lyrical nuke? And what do you make of Pharrell's bombshell confession? Was Clipse wrong to go that hard? Did Pusha T take it too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading everything. Smash that like button if your jaw hit the floor. And make sure to subscribe, because the moment Kendrick speaks on August 17th, we'll be breaking it down bar for bar, line by line. This war isn't over. It's just heating up. Stay locked in, because what's coming next will shake the industry forever. #CLIPSEVs everyone, #the rap war, #legacy on the line, #August 17, #not like us, but worse.